The Coros Apex, Apex Pro, and Vertex just got a lot more powerful. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Dave Dillon from Chase the Summit, and today we're going to talk about something a little different. This is a firmware update from the company Coros. Coros makes fantastic hardware, but they've always struggled to keep up in the software department when compared to some of the bigger brands out there. However, this is a big leap for them, and it's pretty awesome. Before we get into it, make sure you give me a thumbs up down below if you thought this was a helpful video, and consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see more content like this. So in typical Coros fashion, they've released a new firmware update for the Apex Pro and Vertex right now. I think it's going to be in the Apex 2, but I'm not sure. Right now I have an early release of the software. It's like an engineering sample, and unfortunately my test sample only works with iPhone, so I had to borrow my kid's iPod Touch to film this video. Companies like Polar and Garmin have really awesome websites where you can structure full workout routines to execute on your watch, and that's something Coros originally just didn't have. However, something that Coros is really good at is adding features after the fact. That's something I really admire about Coros as a company. They roll out more features as time goes on to older hardware, so you actually get more features down the road on a watch you've owned for a year. That's pretty awesome. Instead of rolling out new hardware that you have to buy to get all these new features, they just implement it into their old stuff, and I love that. So this new software is two pieces. It's an updated app, and it's also new firmware for the watch itself. Within the app, if you go over to your profile management page, you're going to find a new section called Training. Within this, you can create new workouts to sync over to your watch, and this works with running, cycling, swimming, and strength training. You've got a warm up and a cool down, and in between that, you can set up all of your different running activities that you want to do. You can set them by distance, pace, and how many sets you want to do, and it's really easy. The running workouts are really simple, but when you go over to strength training, it's really interesting. You can add different exercises to create your workout, and they've got 200 preloaded workouts built into the app. This is really cool. You can actually break it up by what equipment you have available, like if you've got a set of dumbbells or a treadmill around. You can also isolate certain muscle groups if you want to work on just your quads, your biceps or something. And when you click on a particular exercise, it gives you a little animation of the exercise and how to execute it, and a little description on what to do. The watch can store up to 20 of these workouts at a time, and you can add and remove them as you please. And I think Coros is also going to roll out their own workouts that you can try from their own like Coros athletes. After you create a workout, you can also reorder the exercises if you're unhappy with how they're laid out. You just click and drag them up and down. This whole interface is really easy to navigate, and it's really awesome. I'm primarily a runner and I don't do a whole lot of strength training, but this new app update actually makes me want to try it, so I've been working out a lot more. Another interesting thing they've added to the app is the ability to share a workout. So if you've created a really cool strength training workout that you want to send your friend, you can click the share button and actually send them a link, and this link directs them to a Coros webpage that has your workout on it, which is pretty cool. And if they have a Coros watch, they can actually sync your workout to their watch. After you complete a workout, the activity summary page in the Coros app has been updated to include a lot more information. It gives you how many sets you've done, how many reps, but it also shows a heat map of your body. This is actually really cool. I like the heat map function. It basically turns the muscles red that have been worked the most, and that will give you an indication later on what other muscle groups you should be working out. So if only your biceps and legs are red, you know you should start working on your shoulders or your chest or something like that. This is actually really cool, and it's a clever implementation here. So that's all within the app, but there's actually been an update to the firmware on the watch itself. Now within the activity menu, you'll find a training option, and you also find a strength option. Previously, you just had to use gym cardio for this to get your heart rate, but now you can actually record your sets. And the interface is pretty nice here. Once you select the training plan inside the watch to execute, you can actually view all of the exercises in that workout in a list and go through them one by one. The watch will automatically try to pick up your reps when you're doing anything from dumbbells to push-ups to jumping jacks, any of that stuff, it'll try to detect it. After you're done with one exercise, you can hit the lap key to move on to the next exercise. It automatically puts rests in between all of your exercises, and you can skip through that as quickly as you want to. And then when you're done, you simply hit finish. It saves it and it syncs over to your app. And that's where you see all of that other information. As far as accuracy goes, it's not perfect. I found like push-ups aren't really detected and jumping jacks are kind of up in the air. Doing curls with a dumbbell was like kind of there. Like I could do 15 curls and maybe 12 were detected. So it's not perfect, but you're still getting a lot of valuable data with your heart rate metrics, and it's still a good way to register what workouts you did. But honestly, I've had trouble with this on my Garmin and my Polar. They all just don't pick up all of the exercises all the time. Still though, this is a really big update for Coros, and I think it's going to put them on the map for a lot of buyers who are interested in a watch that also do a lot of strength training. People like that were generally looking at like Fitbits or Garmin's before, but now Coros is an option. And honestly, I like building the workouts in the Coros app more than I like building them in my Garmin app. Their animations and the UI is just so simple and it's really easy to do, and syncing over to the watch is really seamless. Anyways, this isn't a full review of the new firmware. I still need to do a lot more testing with it, but I just want to share with you my findings so far. I'm pretty excited about it, and I'll update everyone when I get a little bit more testing and time with it. So that's all I got for today. This is just a quick video to show you what the new firmware on the Coros watches does. I like to see this company innovate. They're really making strides, and their software just keeps getting better and better. Now, if it could only sync with my Stride Pod power meter, I'd be a happy guy. Coros, please get on that. If you thought this was helpful, give me a thumbs up down below and consider subscribing. It really helps me out. Be safe. I'll see you in the next one.